We're done being terrorized. Let me spell this out with the clarity of a lightning strike. The American people, left, right, and dead center, are done being terrorized by manufactured chaos, bargain bin false flags, and the desperate, dying gasps of a regime clawing for power like a cornered rat. You can feel it. The panic, the sloppiness, the incompetence dripping off every one of their operations, like cheap stage makeup melting under hot lights. Because here's the truth. When a government has to kill people to push policy, when they're staging half-baked psyops to force Project 2025 down our throats, when they're playing God with human lives to tighten their grip. That's not governance. That's domestic terrorism with a letterhead. These people are done. Their lies are collapsing in broad daylight. Their narratives are held together with dollar store glue and wishful thinking. Every time they try to manufacture order through fear, they faceplant like the absolute subgenius clowns they are. And this last stunt? Bravo, truly magnificent idiocy. A botched operation so sloppy. You can practically smell the fear and sweat from the bunker they planned it in. Next time you want a patsy, maybe, just maybe, don't use someone who was literally vetted, approved, and allowed to stay in the US under the Trump administration's own watchlist clearance system. Like, how do you fumble your own setup? How do you own the guy on paper and still try to sell him as the threat? These are not masterminds. These are not strategists. These are retards among retards, tripping over their own tripwires. And let's not pretend the international puppet masters are any happier about this embarrassment. Netanyahu is somewhere punching air right now, because nothing says strategic genius like greenlighting an op that disintegrates before the ink dries. The man's entire brand is control the chaos, and instead his chaos just face-planted on live American soil. This is the level of desperation they're operating at. Half-finished psyops meant to scare us into compliance. Third-rate intimidation theater. Project Esther cosplay with no budget and no brains. And the American people? We are done. We're not swallowing your fear-mongering. We're not bowing to your manufactured boogeymen. We're not accepting the new normal of militarized streets, false alarms, staged hysteria, or weaponized confusion. Stand up, speak up, reject their narrative. Reject their fear. Reject their bullshit. Because the era of being bullied into silence by incompetent tyrants is over, and the more they try these flailing, sloppy stunts, the more obvious it becomes that we are witnessing the last days of their crumbling power. Let them panic, we're wide awake.